Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Luba.
And it's me, Striker. What are we doing today? What's going on? How's everyone? Kyle?
We hope that you're healthy.
That's weird. Can't seem to log in. What do you mean? We can't log in? I think we're logged in.
No, we're here.
Oh, okay. Okay. We can see your messages, Kyle, if you think that we can't. Sean, thank you for joining us.
Duba.
Huh?
Kyle called me Duba. It's in you know, we have a lot of
You don't if there's something if there's something that you don't want to call Luba, it's what did you call it? What did you call it?
Duba.
Yeah, you've been called Nuba a few times. It must be autocorrect.
Luba, Luna. Have a lot of
Luby.
You call me Luby. Okay, guys, enough with that. Enough with our secret nicknames. Steve, Ian. Hello.
Ian, how you going, brother? Okay, well, let's talk about the virus.
Virus? Is there? Yes, about virus. So, news is, quick statistic, totally in general, 23,672 people got sick in Ukraine. Unfortunately, 708 people died and 9,538 people recovered. There is 468 new cases since last 24 hours. There is 5 cases, new cases in Odessa, and total in Odessa was 888. Are you laughing from one of the comments? So in Kiev and Kiev region, it's about 4,500 people who are sick. But the good news is that since tomorrow, kindergartens, gyms, swimming pools, sport teams are gonna open up completely, because before gyms only open for like small amount of people. Now they open completely, and the swimming pools too. Another good thing is that the buses between cities. So the city is going to be open up, and the buses are coming, so people will be able to travel between the country. Not sure how good it's in use for Odessa, because everybody will come for the beach, and I hope that the virus will not spread out. And about the flights, I know, Ian, you're going to ask, and all the guys. So since 15th of June, there are going to be flights from within the country. So they're going to be flight Odessa, Kiev, Odessa, and other. They are talking, and they're discussing now. Our politicians, they discussing about when they're going to open up country for another countries. So as you may know, that I think that Sweden was not even closed. Switzerland is already opened their borders. Germany, Italy is starting soon, and Ukraine, all the countries within where Ukrainian people usually travel, they're already waiting. Like the hotels are open. Turkey is waiting from 1st of June. Montenegro is expecting people. So we're just waiting for our government to say run, and I think people will start traveling.
Yeah, be a mad rush. It'll be like when they have those big sales in Walmart, and everyone just rushes through the front door and squashes everyone. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, I can't remember if I said this or not, but last week I ended up going to the beach, and it was pretty busy. Not super busy, but then again, it wasn't that hot. But there were the little bars were open. The beach clubs were starting to clean their furniture and stuff like that. I didn't go this weekend, but it's all kind of go. I guess it depends on how you sort of view the virus. Some people view it as I'm not going to go out anywhere, even if it's open, because I'm going to get sick or I'm going to pass it on or something. And then there's the other people, which seems to be the majority, where people are just kind of like, look, we're just going to get on with our lives, basically. So it's kind of one way to look at it. Okay, so today we are talking about how to prepare for your trip. Okay, and as you guys know, we say it in all of our videos, we like to do things practically. So some other companies out there they give you this real kind of bullshit sort of way of preparing for your trip. that is focused on what they do, okay? And some of their opinions are more along the lines of, don't worry about anything. You guys just buy a ticket and then you come over, you give us some money and then you come over and we will deal with everything. This is a terrible idea. So we like to try and think about all the things that could go wrong, all the weak points, and address those beforehand so you are prepared. We'll just answer some, say hi to some, if there's any questions there. I think I saw one.
You guys start telling each other, hello, like, hi, Reach, how are you doing? Maybe like one day we're all going to meet together and we're going to
I reckon we will. I reckon Ian and I reckon, maybe because Kyle goes to another place, but I reckon Ian and Rich will meet. Possibly.
And
Robert, talking, guys. Robert, yeah, okay, yeah, cool. I saw the appointment there for Tuesday. Definitely look forward to talking to you. So that'll be cool. Cool.
Robert, I just sent you an email. Check it. So we talk on Tuesday.
Okay, right. Where do we start, Luba? How do we get this show on the road for planning a trip over here?
Here we have a lot of guys who already been in Ukraine and some of them in relationships. So mostly this video gonna be for the guys who just thinking about their trip and who will watch this video later. But our guys gonna help us a lot with this video, because we will tell our view of how we think you should plan your trip, how you should prepare for your trip if you haven't been in Ukraine yet, and if you haven't been dating a Ukrainian lady. And you guys you're welcome to share in comments like what you think would be helpful for other guys, and we will read it out loud. So
I just got one thing here. Ian's saying, what about Zoom? Now, we did mention if, like, what we were thinking about is, like, because we know a lot of guys in there like have comments, and we know some of you guys, if there's anyone in there that would be happy to jump on Zoom, if we did the live stream on Zoom, so that we could see you and we could interact with you and you could ask questions, which is more personal, than just sort of being behind the comments. And the comments get lost, man. They're so difficult to keep up with. But if there's anyone who would like to be on a Zoom video, write the word Zoom in the comments at some point during this video, and at the end we'll go through and we will try and figure out a way of doing it somehow. But we'll get back to that.
Yeah, if you want to do it, just leave the comment Zoom here and also send us an email that you want to do it, so we have a way to contact you back, because here we can't.
So Zoom, just Google it. It's like a conference.
It's like a Skype.
Yeah, it's like a Skype. Because what could be quite cool, if there's anyone that sees this for next week, is if you want to have like we do these Skype consultations, and if you're happy to do it, something similar, you don't have to go in great depth. We can definitely give you a bit of advice on what's happening.
Let's cover it quickly, because I see that Zoom Reach is kind of like, so the Zoom is an app where we can all see each other during talking, and also it can be recorded here to YouTube. It can be live. So if we're gonna do the video, it's gonna be Zoom, and we will let you know how it's gonna operate. It's not that hard. It's the same app that you just need. Don't lie. So let's start.
Right.
So
okay.
You come to Ukraine. You're thinking about coming. You're thinking that you are ready for that. What you need to do and how you need to prepare to be the most successful. Striker.
Okay. So like I said before, we try to cover all bases, put all the cards in your favor. If something goes wrong, you're prepared for it, and you've got another plan in place. So the first thing that we've got on our list, and nobody's going to tell you to do this, okay? But this is hugely beneficial for you. I didn't do this before I went. I didn't do it before before the second time I went. Only after I think the second or third time, I can't remember. When I wanted to understand what creates a good relationship, how to find a good relationship, how to maintain a good relationship. And so it became my goal to learn as much as possible in the shortest possible time. And so there's 2 books that I recommend. 3 books that I recommend. And I think if you read these 3 books, you've got a much higher advantage, not just over other men, but you're going to educate yourself to dealing with women. Because one thing for sure is that if you haven't done a lot of dating, and most men have not done a lot of dating. When I say a lot of dating, I'm talking about like 2 dates a day for like 2 weeks. Nobody does that, Okay, so you need to be able to mitigate that. You need to manage it. You need to be good with women. You need to understand women. You need to understand what they're thinking. And you don't get that sort of by going on the odd date every now and then in the West, like once every 3 months, or you've been married for the last 15 years and you never really dated like this back then, because nobody does. And you just kind of meet your wife and you fell in love and it just kind of progressed as it normally does. Remember, what we're doing when going over to Ukraine is it's not normal, right? It's not normally how people would meet their future life partner. We're doing something a little bit different. So book number 1, I've mentioned it before, is Tactical Guide to Women. This is a brilliant book. When I read this book, all these like pieces, all these experiences in my life that I had been through, all of these things that I had observed, all sort of amalgamated into one and became like one sort of thing that I realized that I was a part of, but I didn't realize that I was a part of it. So it was a really eye-opening book. The second one is 3% Men by Corey Wayne. There are many books like this one, but this one is very good and very straight to the point. So I'll put some names in the description below, but 3% Men is like, so Tactical Guide to Women is about trying to find a high quality woman, basically, if we look at it that way. 3% Man is about how to, the most important part is how to date and how to maintain the relationship, you know. So that's probably the easiest way to explain that. And then the third one is one that Luba made me read. And it was hard. It really was. Like by the end of the book, like I was falling asleep. And I was falling asleep and I was walking around listening to it in my earpods. I'm falling asleep walking. No, I joke. It's actually a very good book. It has got some very good points. I didn't want to. No, it's not that I didn't want to. It's just that I wasn't looking forward to it. What is it, Luba?
It's 5 Love Languages. So a lot of guys read it. So of course I would like if you would ask me, because I know all of these books, and Striker made me read Tactical Guide and 3% Man. So I only ask him to read this small of a book. And to be honest, I would recommend to read this book first, because I do agree that this book is kind of like weak compared to others. After that, I would recommend to read 3% Man, and then I would recommend to read like Tactical Guide. And it's how I see that. No, you don't agree?
It doesn't matter. Like, well, actually, no.
But
I think that Tactical Guide should be first, because it's like the foundation. And then 3% Man is like, think of it like a cake, right? It's like the base layer of the cake, and then 3% Man is like is the cream, and then 5 Love Languages is the icing.
You know, I kind of agree, but I think that this book is kind of weak, and that's why I think that for guys it's important, because they will maybe understand what happened with their previous relationship. Because compared to compared to Tactical Guide, when everything is hush, and like Corey Wayne, who tell you how to not call the lady, how to like the lady is a cat and the man is like a dog, whatever. So 5 Love Languages is actually kind of like you call it wishy-washy, but I do agree that there is some sense in that. And you need to understand that usually guys like when the like physical touch and like whatever. Yeah. So for them is not important, but for the ladies, like acts of service and gifts are first priority. So if you understand that, it's not about iPhones and fur coats, but it's something that you need to know. Okay. So again, we will repeat 3 books: Tactical Guide to Woman.
Yeah. 3% Man and 5 Love Languages. So those, I mean, there are a ton of books you can read, and you can just keep reading, but these ones you can read, and you can just download these from Audible. So you can just listen to them while you're driving your car or whatever, which is always pretty handy. So next one is, it comes to the planning stage, because you really need to think about your trip and when and how long you can come for. And Luba's very good at this topic. She talks to the guys all the time about it. Yeah, so basically, we already discussed the budget of a trip before, and we talk about like how long should you come for. So we not recommend to come for 7 days, for 1 week, unless you really have like spare money and you just want to touch base. You want to, how you call it, like wash your feet, put your toes, dip your toe.
in the water.
if you want to come and put your feet in the water, just come and put. Just go to the beach.
Yes, so you just want to try it. You just want to have a quick trip and just make sure that you see how it is and make sure if you like it and maybe come back again. But our idea is that you should come minimum for 2 weeks and more, 2 weeks plus. Because if you come for 1 week, first and last day going to be your arrival and departure. Then you will have a jet lag. Then you will have maybe, I don't know, upset stomach or something. But like it will really, I thought, I knew you will like it. Because in the course I said, Striker, we need to pull the medication that they need to take. Okay. Anyway, so you need to feel comfortable. You need to come longer. So if you, for example, know that you need to think like, I want to come to Ukraine, and maybe you have only 1 week of a vacation. So if I would be you, I would just keep that week, not take it at that time, and maybe like come next half a year when you have 2 weeks collected. So just think about your trip, prepare for that, and get ready. Maybe a lot of guys doing the work that they have contracts, or they need to finish some project and then they can come. So you need to think about that and not make a fast decision and not come for maybe not coming for too long and not coming for too short. So second stage, after you read books, you sit there and you decide when and where you would like to come.
Yeah. Don't skip. I just want to emphasize again, don't skip learning the books, because you only know I'll just say this, you only know what you know. And before I read these books, I thought I knew, how to understand women. I'd had these relationships in the past, but really, please don't skip that. Please just at least try it and read Tactical Guide to Women first. Because otherwise, if you read the other one first, it's quite slow and you might sort of go, oh, I don't want to read these books. But it's up to you. If Luba says to read that one first, we're not trying to.
No, listen to Striker.
No, listen to it.
No. Also, what's up? When you plan your trip, you need to think about when to come. And we cover that in the course, but it's important to come in a specific time. So, just plan your trip and make sure that the time is best and perfect and work in your best interest.
Yeah, and don't some guys come when they have holidays, and those holidays might be something like Easter, right? But when you come over here, you have to understand, although I think Easter's a little bit different, but there are certain holidays when guys come over here and then the ladies are away. Is it Easter?
There's plenty of them.
Yeah. And so remember, even though you may be on holiday and it's convenient for you, it may not be convenient when you come over here. So just think about that. And when it comes to the time, I've met a ton of guys that have gone over for 7 days. And if you understand that you're just, like Luba says, to dip your foot in, to just try it. If you just want to come over, understand that I know, I've been on these tours and there's guys here that are flying out the day after. So 7 days or 9 days or whatever, they fly out after. It doesn't, what you're trying to achieve is not going to be achievable in those days. But you can come over and you can just have a quick short holiday. But understand that that's what you're doing, because you're not going to fly in for 7 days. Find a wife, and you guys know. Okay, so next one after that one. What was that one, Luba? Language. Okay, now you should learn some language. You will learn some kind of automatically when you come over here. You'll learn very basics like yes and no, pretty much. But if you take a little bit of time to learn some basic greetings, some adjectives, just so you can describe some certain things, maybe a 3-word or 4-word sort of sentence. These things will help you. You'll feel great when you say them in front of a lady, whether you're saying it to the waiter or whatever. And it makes you look good too. It makes you look like you're well-traveled. You care about what you're doing. You're not like another Westerner who can't, say anything. Try and make yourself stand out from the rest of what is of the other guys that are there, because the lady you might be dating may have been on some dates before and these guys can't do anything. So learn these things. I know that we've spoken about it in other videos. Luba is in the process of writing a course, and the way that will work is that it will be like a 6-week course, right? And then twice a week they'll get an email with everything in it that they need to learn. Real basic. Be almost like you're trying to teach, almost like a child. I'm not saying you guys are like children, but just make it really easy so you can do it without too much thinking. So learning some language is a good idea.
Yes. And as Striker mentioned, like every lady will just love it if you.
Oh,
But
yeah.
kind of like you need to be creative, because if you only say da and нет, that means yes and no, and you say привет, then it's kind of like boring, and it's not. I mean, it's good. It's not. It's something. It's better than something, but and
But put it this way: when a Ukrainian woman who doesn't really speak English says something in English, like she'll say something to you, like a little phrase that she's kind of learned or something like that. It's cute, right? It's kind of you think, oh, that's so nice. She has the same similar thoughts as well. Maybe she won't think, oh, he's so cute or something like that, but she'll be impressed with the fact that you know that. So. Definitely learn something, learn some language. And if you know a little bit before you come over, you'll learn more, like relatively a lot faster than trying to learn like the basics while you're there. Learn the language.
I got an email from Joe. I know you're watching. He said that he already downloaded 3 books and he started reading them straight after the show.
Nice. We'll just check the. We'll check the.
No, there was no questions, guys. Just talking between each other.
Okay.
Like I like the teacup. He said, if many foreign men go to Ukraine for ladies, then their men are likely competing for the same beautiful ladies.
Yeah, I mean there is some truth to that. Sure.
There's so many ladies.
Huh?
I've been today on the shooting, and it's like a field of like a lavender field. Guys, you can't imagine. Like I need to check out like how our field's gonna grow. So it's a lavender field, and there was like 1,000 girls taking pictures of each other. It was I have never seen, like, it was the giant social. So you just need to know places where to come.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like what Teacup's saying is, like, if you're going to the same agency, if guys are going to the popular agencies, then yeah, they do end up dating the same sort of girls. But we don't use these big popular agencies with the draw card girls and the pro daters and that sort of stuff, because yeah, of course you'll end up competing for those ladies. But we sort of use the smaller agencies. But Luba's right. Like if you're here for a period of time, like look at some things. Like Luba went to this, I don't know, a field full of flowers. I mean, of all places. Why would you go there for the flowers? But maybe if there's a lot of ladies there looking at flowers, taking photos for their Instagram. What a perfect place, right?
You don't trust me. Like there was about 300 cars. There was no place to park, and there was girls and all. It was good, guys. I will tell you.
Maybe we could like run. Maybe because it's once a year, isn't it? This field, we could do like a group tour once a year. We could fill up like 2 or 3 buses of people and take them to the field and let them go. Let them run. Let them
bring your camera. If you bring your camera and you kind of like pretend that you're like famous American or Westerner photographer, she's yours.
Right. Okay. Back on topic. Okay. So next one is self-improvement. So I am the firm believer, and I've said it since my very first in the videos, that we can always improve on something, right? And we get this one chance, this one opportunity to put our best foot forward, right? We get this one chance. So it's very important. Now, even though women judge men on a different set of criteria than we judge them on, the attraction at the start is very important, okay? Because attraction is a scale that moves up exponentially. So the moment, like, so think about, I don't know if I should explain this in this video, it might take too long. But think about like a scale of like 0 to 10. Okay, 10, she's like madly attracted to you, like she can't, she's just, she's out of control, right? When she meets you for that, and splits it up. For men, when we meet a woman within like 1 minute, half a minute, 5 seconds, we know whether like we want to basically sleep with her. She sort of doesn't really have that. She's going to put you on the scale, and then where you fall onto that scale from 0 to 10, let's just say that, in the initial moment, you can either go up or down from there. The higher you are up on that scale, the harder it is to come down, and it's exponential to go up. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to like make it as fast as possible. But basically, if you put yourself at a 1 on the scale when she first meets you, she looks at you, she takes notice of your nails, your shoes, maybe you need a haircut or something like that. She's going to put you at a 1 on the scale, okay? And from that 1, you're either going to go down or you're going to go up. It doesn't really matter for going down because you're almost at a 0 anyway, so that's pretty bad. If you're at a 3, that's not so bad, but it's going to take a bit of work to go up the scale. If she puts you on a 7, it's a scale that goes up exponentially fast. So from 7 to 8 is fast, from 8 to 9 is really fast, from 9 to 10 is really fast again. So for the initial interaction that she has with you, and that may even be through the profile that you've sent to the agency, okay? So it could even be through that. It could be through a Skype call that you've had with her. It can be through the actual, her first initial, when she first sees you. Where is she going to put you on the scale from 0 to 10? If she's putting you at a 2 or a 3, you got a hell of a lot of work to increase your value to go up the scale. So unless you're going to get up to around about 6, 7, she's not going to really be interested. Okay, so try and put yourself at around about, well, as high up the scale as you can. Does that make sense? Anyone? Is anyone still here? Hello? Anyone gone? No, but hopefully that makes sense. Like it's that initial interaction that she's going to have with you, that she's going to value you.
And make sure you have nice shoes.
I was trying to go on a bit of a deeper level than nice shoes, but yes, make sure your shoes are clean, your clothes are nicely presented. I know that our clothes get wrinkly when we travel. I saw guys going to the socials. It looked like they just unzipped their bag, took their shirt out, and put it on and walked out. Like it was like, did you not think that it's been sitting in your bag for like the last 12 hours? So self-improvement. So let's just go back to that again. So there are always things that we can improve on. So let's take something that's as easy as whitening your teeth. All right, very easy to do. You can do it at the shop. You can at the dentist. You can buy like Crest whitening strips or something like that. If you can smile big, and it's a nice big smile, clean smile, has a lot of points. But you know, anything else that you think that you can improve on in that 1 to 2 months, maybe it's lose 5 pounds or something like that. Anything that you can. Okay, so anything that you can do to put your best foot forward. Very important. You get one shot. I can't stress that enough to impress her. Put yourself on the scale. Luba, clothes.
Clothes. Stefan, hello. Stefan always write me such a nice comments in Russian. Stefan, we just was doing the video with Striker the other day, and we always like now we don't know how he looks like, but we always like look around and see maybe you are somewhere around. So hopefully one day we're gonna meet. Clothes. Yes, it is important. We already discussed that I know that a lot of guys, even like we had one call recently, I was kind of like surprised, but it was extremely nice that the guy, he even started sending me his clothes. He started sending me and showing me like what he has and what he should bring and what he shouldn't, because I understand that most of the guys just going to work and going back home, and they go to work and then they they go back. So it's not that they really have some fancy clothes. And I have one guy, he came and he brought a very nice suit. And then for some reason, he started telling me the story. And he said, you know how I got this suit? I said, how? Like, because like people usually have it here. He said he just bought a new car, like it's an expensive car. And so they offered him a suit. And he said, I decided that I'm going to order because anyway, I'm going to go to the funeral or to the wedding. And I'm like, and you're like, and Ukraine is the third option. So, but anyway, like you need to have like just people here not wearing suits for the funerals. I'm not trying to make fun of that, but it's important. It's important to have something nice. And I have a friend, she's a stylist. So if for some reason like you are struggling with choosing a clothes, and I know that in US, like to have a stylist, it's much more expensive. So you can contact us and I will tell you more about that. So Odessa or in Kyiv, she can come and she can help you to choose, she can change your style. She can help you to choose the clothes that suits you well, and she can be your personal shopper if you can say that. And she will help you. So this is not a problem. A lot of guys struggle with that. They think, I don't know how the colors match. I don't know what is fashionable. And when I send some pictures, they say I'm not that tall. I'm not that slim. But it's not about that. It's about certain things that are more modern here than there, probably.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like you can have a younger guy that dresses out of fashion and he looks, terrible. You can have an older guy, like 60-year-old, and it's like I've even got some guys like that I know, like 65, 66 that I became friends with, and they dress like so fashionable and trendy. They just kept up with the trends, you know, and the image of that, like a fashionable, like relatively older guy in his 60s, mid 60s, that dresses in the new in like good fashion, like late fashion, like it's so impressive to see. You know, it's so impressive to know that, like, when you get to a suit, because I look at like my dad and the way he dresses, it's like every time I see him, I'm like, come on, man, like it's like the same pants you've had for like 20 years, man. Like, can you get like some new pants, some new jeans? You know, so even that in itself, just keeping up with like the trends of fashion. Luba's friend that does this, I mean, I think it's pretty cheap, and it's like clothes are so cheap here. Even in the malls, they're cheap. But if you go to some of the other places where she'll probably know, unbelievably cheap. Like, you know.
Mindset Attraction, a very interesting name. Hello. Tell us about perfumes. You probably know me and you know that it is my weak spot. But yes, you need to have a nice cologne. You need to have a nice smell. You need to bring something. You need to have a variety. It has to be fresh. It needs to represent yourself. Because perfumes, like, I can talk hours. Like, I have hundreds of perfumes. Like, I just collect them and I adore. So yes, all of them. And you know that everyone bring you new moods, it brings you new feelings, it brings you new emotions. So perfumes are very important, as for the ladies, so as for men. Next.
Can I also just add something here, right? When it comes to the perfume, so I had something happen to me once where a woman from Kiev, it was like one of my last days there, and I met her for dinner, and we became really good friends. And she turned up with, like, she was late, and she walked across from Dolce & Gabbana, that was the actual proper store. She walked over, and she gave me a gift, and it was Dolce & Gabbana, like a gift set thing or whatever, and had aftershave in it. And I was stoked because I hadn't had a present from like a woman, even like my exes, for like, I don't know how many years. And I was so stoked with it. And later on, after we had dinner, she said, "You know, I bought you this aftershave." And I said, "No, why?" And she said, "Because whenever you will use this aftershave, it will remind you of me." And she was onto it. She was very sneaky. So just remember that that was from a Ukrainian woman that understands the power of smell.
Yes.
Good smell, not bad smell.
Yes.
What were we up to? Mindset.
No. Close. We discussed education.
Okay, so educate yourself. We sort of covered it in number 1, but we wanted to put it in here as well. And you guys know that we. What was that?
Go ahead. It's different, like different education.
Yeah.
First, like books, it's education for just the beginning. And also, I don't remember if you said that, but books are education no matter are you gonna date in US or maybe you want to understand your previous relationship. Maybe you want to understand what didn't work out for you or something like that. So it's for yourself. It's like the seed that you, like, it's like a pill that you take for just know the basic. And also, like, if you haven't been dating for a long time, if you just divorced and, you know, everything changed. So you want to know what is going on right now. What is, like, it's like fashion, you know, what is going on right now on the dating field, war zone.
Yeah.
This education that we're talking about, it's a bit different.
So this one here is obviously, you guys know that we have Heart Rocket, which is about educating yourself on dating over in Ukraine and how to do it sensibly, do it practically, not get screwed over like most men do. If you go back to number 1, the Tactical Guide to Women and Corey Rayner and that sort of stuff, that's like the baseline for it, okay? And a lot of that is actually comes down to attraction based on evolutionary biology. It's just the way that it is. But it's different. There are some different points when it comes to other cultures where you need to apply some different things. So understanding something that's specific to that country is going to be useful. And Heart Rocket sort of covers through all that. It covers everything right from the very start, planning your trip. Yeah, when you get over there, everything you need to do, what to watch out for. And here's the thing: like, part of the course covers a lot of the scams and all the bad stuff that a lot of guys, 90% of guys, get caught up in. And so, but if you can avoid that, like, you're away. Like, but we do cover all of that stuff in there. Like, none of our guys should ever get scammed if you've done the course. And don't just like sign in and go straight to the agencies. Do the course. We promise the agencies that you do the course. That way, they know as well that we're not going to be able to give them like the draw card or the pro data or anything like that, because they know that you will review them and you are educated on everything like that. So the course, very important to understand dating over in Ukraine.
Before we move forward, like Carrie said, that sorry, I found the complete opposite concerning the cost of the clothes in Ukraine. I was shocked at how expensive most things were. Of course, away from Kyiv, perhaps things are cheaper. So to be honest, like it's hard to say where you've been, but I know that in Kyiv there are some malls that are very fancy and they're very expensive. And I don't know, you got there by yourself or maybe a lady took you there. So like in Kyiv, unfortunately, there are some shops that are not, you know what I mean. Like if you come to the regular shopping mall where you actually, you know, when normal people buy clothes, like you will be impressed that there's a lot of things that are cheaper. And also we have a lot of open air markets with clothes that are extremely cheap. Like you don't really want to go there by yourself, but it's possible. Remember you bought shorts there and there was like really 300 hryvnias or something for like jeans shirts.
Yeah, well, I'll give you my quick, just very fast experience on what things cost in Ukraine. So I find that the malls are around about 50%. Like I don't know what, like Harry, what mall you've been to, but if you go to just kind of like your regular kind of, I don't know, 4-level mall, I guess it's got kind of like fancy shop that's got basic shop that's got shops in the middle. But compared to say back home, it's around about 50% cheaper. That's what I found. If you go to say the open air market, it's around about a third the price. But it's hard to compare because one's a brand name, one isn't a brand name, you know. So
if you want the leather shoes, for example, because you can buy something like extremely cheap, but it will be like for 1 or 2 times wear. But I have to mention that clothes are brand, like I think we also talk about this in the course, that brand clothes are, for example, if you want to buy some Nikes or I forgot this name for the sport wear, it has like a
Adidas.
No. Yes, I'm that. No, it's a different.
my Gottlieb uniform.
Yes, so it's a different one. I don't remember, something very popular like this, like t-shirts usually. So these would be more expensive because like they need to pay a lot of tax. But if you find some Ukrainian brands, or like for example, there is a shop like that sell Ukrainian men's clothes, like suits and shirts. It's called Arbor. You know, so it's cool. Like it's more local and then it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And about the course, yes, as Striker mentioned, like it's all about what you need to know before you come to Ukraine, while you're here, after you leave, some travel hints, some you know, everything that you need to know, you know, while you're here according to dating and also your travels, because I also put in directory, we put shopping malls, we put places like for dates, we put restaurants to avoid, restaurants to visit, and as I said, like shopping malls as well. So in every city that we have an agency and we recommend, I put some shopping malls where you can easily go and get clothes for you that are reasonable.
So, okay, I'm just going to do something here. Rodney, he says we need to be taught about the cultural Ukraine mentality with the woman over there. You are 100% correct. Okay, so, and this is like we do cover it into the course when we do the Skype calls with you guys or with whoever wants to do the Skype calls. We go down on a very kind of like more deeper level with it because everybody is different, right? Different. If you're dating a woman who's like say, and like say if a guy in his 60s is dating a woman who's 48, something like that, the mentality of that Ukrainian woman is different from a man who's in his 30s dating a 27-year-old. So these are the things that you have to take into consideration. And if you were to apply what the dating a 27-year-old to a 58-year-old, you would completely mess it up, and vice versa. Okay, so there are some differences as well. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So
I think you will be surprised also. Soon we're gonna post the video what we got on the market for $15, and
yes.
I think that it will impress you.
Yeah, so we went to the market. When did we go? A few days ago, 2-3 days ago, with $15 to buy a week's worth of groceries. And yeah, that's all I'll say for now. Subscribe to the channel, push the bell button, and you'll get a notification. Okay.
On Tuesday. Next is so education. Like I will make one more point. It's extremely important. It's extremely important. A lot of guys think that you know, well, how can it be different? What can be different? A lot can be different, and a lot of guys making this mistake, and then they either hate Ukraine because they think that all girls are scammers, or they just like they disappoint and they want to give up. No. You need to be educated. You need to know what to watch out for, and then You're going to enjoy your trip very, very much.
Yeah, and I'll say this, like sometimes guys think, oh, well, I know about women. I've like dated many women in my life. Okay, that's one part of it. And the other part is Ukraine. Okay, so don't forget you're going into, for a short period of time, a very short period of time, you're moving into her frame. For a short period, if it works out, she'll move into your frame. Okay, so understand that. Understand how to navigate. So I understand about this frame when you move into it, so nothing bad happens. Okay. Okay, next one is mindset.
Rich Miller, melons are not in the season yet. I know what you're talking about. I think he's already the second guy who making fun of the melons and watermelons.
Arbus.
Arbus. Dinya.
Okay, so mindset. Understand what you're going through. Now,
1 second before you go further. There's a comment, I'm scared to come to Ukraine. I had a bitter experience in 2016. Rama, I'm very curious to hear what happened. And if you wish, just email us. Striker will put our email in description. And I want you to lose your scarcity. I want to throw it away, and I want to discuss what happened with you. And if you're still thinking about coming to Ukraine, I think there would be a way. Odessa, it can happen.
Here's the thing, okay? It does happen. Like bad experiences happen. Usually, it's something to do with a scammer or getting scammed. Okay, because I've never spoken to anyone who's come to Ukraine and the reason that they didn't like it or they had a bad experience was because of somebody beat them up or somebody stole their wallet or something. I've never ever heard that of someone that I know personally. Always people hate Ukraine because of the scammers. We teach you about that, so you don't have to have that problem. Okay, we've thought about it. Right, next one. Mindset. Understand what you're going to go through. Okay, this is the reality of it. Okay, when I first went over there, I believed what this company was saying. Like, you don't worry about it. You come over, it's going to be great. So what they're basically saying is, don't worry about it. You don't have to plan anything. We'll pick you up from the airport. We'll take you to where you got to be. And, we'll make sure that everything goes according to the plan that we've put in place. But we can't guarantee anything is going to happen at all. And if it doesn't, well, then it's not our problem, right? You need to understand from the start that there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. There may be a woman that you really like, but for some reason it doesn't work out. Maybe you have different goals in life or whatever, and you're set in your ways. You're set in what your values are, what you want in life, and you're not willing to deviate from that, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. And so you then need to start again. You need to go to plan B or to plan C. So you need to have this mindset that it is not a walk in the park. Regardless of if you're watching one of these social videos and there's a guy with his voice talking over the top saying, I've just met all these beautiful women and one of them I know I'm going to marry, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's rubbish. And that's half the problem with this shit that's going on with some of these agencies. Understand you're going to have low points. You're going to have high points. It's part of it. You need to embrace it as part of the journey, the learning curve, you know? What do you think, Libby?
Yeah, Stefan, no, I don't understand what we only know Gopniks with Striker. Rama, it's really hard to comment on here. Like, if you can contact us, I would appreciate. I read your comment, but it's hard for me to follow them now. If you want to discuss and you still want to come to Ukraine, please send us an email. Rod, about being 58 and the lady is 40, starts from 40, it's great. If she would be 45 or 46, it would be even better. And Rodney, I already had my birthday, but I still believe that you will make me a gift and you will give us a call. I really want to.
I have the feeling that Rodney's like he's either a bot or he's an angel.
He shouldn't be. No.
One or the other, a bot or an angel.
Please convince him that you're not a bot. Give us a call.
Give us a call. You're here every week and we don't.
Anyway. It was my birthday. Yeah. Mindset. Like I'm bargaining for. Mindset. Yes.
I'll say this story. I'll just say one other thing quickly, and you may be able to flow on from this, is that most guys come over believe that it's really easy, right? That's the mindset that they have. So when I talk about mindset, I'm talking about understand that it's difficult, understand you may even be even in a relationship for 2 or 3 months, and then you hit the 3-month wall and you realize it's not going to work out. This is all part of it. And if you are thinking about going over here and you want it to be nice and smooth and easy, well, do it, but understand that that's a real gamble. Like I know guys that are in the room here In fact, every single guy that I know personally in this room here has not had a sweet sailing mission all the way. In fact, I don't know anyone. No one. Doesn't happen. So understand that that's the case. Luba?
Yes, mindset. Yes, I agree that it's not easy. And before you start doing that, like maybe I would even have to think that mindset should be at the beginning of our discussion, because it's important to understand what you're going to go through. And all the companies, they tried, and it's like I was, my friend sent me a link and she said, you need to listen to this guy. Like, she's a little bit overweight and she really wants to lose weight. And she said, you need to listen to this guy. He said that I don't have to do the exercise. He said that I can only do 10 minutes. I can eat everything I want and I will be slim. Imagine, I want to buy his program. And I was listening, it was an hour, and I was like really listening. And I realized that, of course, like, he tell you everything you want to hear. And when the company tells you that you're going to come and you're going to marry, bring your striker, tell me, engagement ring, and it's going to work out like this. And you, like a little puppy, said, yes, okay, I will bring it. Okay, you want to believe in that. I understand. The same as you want to lose weight in 10 minutes. The same as you want to, be forever young. The same as you, like, this is something that we want to believe, and maybe Elon Musk will create something in the future, but unfortunately not right now. This is the hard work that you need to do. This is something that you need to think about, like, that you will meet a lady. Hopefully with us, you will meet a real lady who is serious and who is not a scammer. But after that, you're going to meet so many difficulties, and there are going to be so many circumstances on the way for your happily life together, even like when she is there. So you have to have a right mindset. You have to be strong. You have to be confident. You have to be okay if there are going to be a point when you need to start all over again. You need to be okay if you understand that, you like the lady and she doesn't like you, and you need to, you don't have to have a fear of, striker, tell me this word.
Failure?
Like a failure, and also rejection. You don't have to worry about that. And you have to be just ready about that. You just need to, be realistic and reasonable. This is like our new thing that we like, reasonable. Because if you believe that, if you will believe that everything is easy and that you come and you're from the West and Ukrainian lady gonna go with you just because you bought her dinner, then maybe you shouldn't even start. So,
well, and it should be hard, right? Like, like I always say, like, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Like, it's like the saying. It's supposed to be difficult, right? You're supposed to go through a series of obstacles to get to the, it's like on Indiana Jones, how he has to go through all the things with the rolling ball, and then he finally gets to the golden skull, but he passes all these skeletons along the way. It's supposed to be difficult, okay? Otherwise, everybody would be doing it, and it just wouldn't work. So understand that, and understand that you're in for a hell of a ride, unless you get lucky, which some people do, but not a lot. Okay, so that's mindset. Understand that. It's really important. So, Luba, when should we contact the agencies?
Hey, just 1 second. Let me finish with the comments. You see, Stefan also bought strawberries. I told you to buy strawberries. Striker doesn't like them.
I don't mind the odd club.
The market that you've been at, it's called Kievsky Market, Stefan. It's a good one. Okay. Rama, if you're still here, just contact me. Which country you was trying to, like, which country you're from, like, which country you was trying to enter Ukraine and got rejected. So leave here and comment if you don't mind, or definitely send us the message and we're gonna talk with you. So what you said, when you need to start planning contacting the agency. So for me, ideal thing is that you do a course. You don't contact agencies before you do the course. You do the course, and then you contact agencies about a month or 3 weeks before your potential arrival. So you message through our system to the agencies, and they send you their website. You have a time to screen the websites. I will put it this way. You have a time to just look around and choose, like, which ladies you like, which ladies you don't like, which maybe city, because maybe ladies have a different look for you. So you choose 2 or 3 websites that you like the most. And then the next step after that, so you just like making a note, maybe sending them back the numbers that you like, and they also gonna send you their feedbacks about like which ladies would be maybe good for you because they're matchmakers. And then after that, 2-3 weeks before your arrival, you have to make a certain plans. You have to make a decision of which cities you're gonna visit. For example, you will arrive to Kyiv, maybe you meet some ladies in Kyiv, and then from there you're gonna go to Kharkov, or maybe you go to Dnipro, and then from Dnipro you go to Zaporozhye, and then from Zaporozhye you're gonna go to Kyiv back. So you need to think about that. You need to, it depends when you come. If you come in summer, then I would buy tickets ahead, because you may have difficulties in buying tickets. So it's not such a big loss if you will meet a lady and you will decide to stay longer for a couple of days. So you have to buy tickets and plan your trip. And I understand that a lot of guys, when they open the list with our agencies, so they think, wow, I will contact this one and this one and this one and this one, and all of them, like to in Belarus. Oh, what should I do? But you have to be solid, because maybe to find your wife, it will take even like to find a potential person with whom you will keep talking, it maybe will take 2 trips. So it's like that monkey, who like staying, and they ask like, if you go right, I don't know if you have this joke in on the West, but it's like, if you go right, like only like the beautiful ones go on the right, the smart ones go on the left, and she's staying in between, and she say like, what should I do? Like explode? So it's Russian humor. Never mind.
We've already done a video about that, haven't we? And
Guys, it was a funny joke. But anyway, like you have to understand that maybe it will take like 2 trips to come, and you have to plan 2 or 3 cities maximum. It shouldn't be more, because then like it depends, of course, how long you're coming for, but otherwise it's going to be exhausting.
Okay, we do have another one here. I'm just gonna jump it back one. We've only got a couple more left, guys. So, and that is like to be in control of everything. Like it's all about having that plan, but also like stay in control. So when you go to see all the agencies, you'll see them all. You'll go through them, and you won't know which. It'll be overwhelming. But just stay in control. Just like message like 3. Just have a look at what's written about them. Message 3 and just wait. They get back to you pretty fast. When you message them, it automatically sends you their profile that you filled out in our system. If you need help selling it, if you're part of Heart Rocket and you need help filling out the profile, we can definitely make sure you put stuff in there that makes you put your best foot forward. But just do that first and just slowly start to work, because otherwise you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get 13 or 14 or whatever, how many in there at the moment, I lose count, are all going to message you back. Like, what would you like? You're going to lose track of who you've spoken to, because I think at the agencies there's like at least probably 3 owners that are the owners. So you're going to lose track of it. So just stay in control. You've got plenty of time. We're always here for you anyway if you get stuck or you need someone else to jump in or some confusion. But just stay in control of everything that you're doing, including when you get over to Ukraine. Make sure that you've got this plan. You know what's happening. You need to take a train from this city to this city on this certain date. You know that you know about the currency. You know some language. Just try and keep it nice and in control, because when it starts to spiral out of control, you'll end up like, I think, what was his name? Rama, and you'll end up having a terrible experience, and you just won't be able to pinpoint exactly why that was. Stay in control as much as possible.
And also, like even in our course, like when we put restaurants, for example, I also add a link to a TripAdvisor where you can read recent comments, because, for example, everything changed pretty fast, and I want you to even like everything. You need to check, and for you, it's not exactly vacation. This arrival to Ukraine, it's not exactly vacation. It's more likely a work to find a wife, and it's like. I would probably better put it like, if they ask me like, what do you think, is it a vacation or a business trip? I would say that it is a business trip. So you have to be in control, like, because business trip also can be sometimes fun. So you have to be in control, and you have to make sure that you know where you go, you know what to do. You have other plans. You have, like, we will talk in a minute about plans B, but it's more about dating. But like, you need to have like something that you want to visit, something that you will enjoy your time, and not just sitting, because a lot of guys say, the lady is busy till 6 o'clock, so I was just sitting in my hotel room. Why? Like, it's Ukraine. It's so beautiful, especially if you come like when it's warm. It's incredible. Just come.
And I'll just add just quickly, if you're sitting around waiting to go on a date, it's kind of means it's kind of a sign of, like, in her point of view, and you'll learn all about this if you read these books. In her view, it's kind of like a lower value man. He's sitting around waiting for her to go on a date. It should be that, like, he's busy. He's got shit to do. He's gone to do something, and he's going on a date with her. Yeah, he'll fit that in. He'll fit that in a bit later on, but at the moment he's busy. So and that's the mindset to have. It's not about pretending to be busy. It's that you actually are busy, and they'll pick that up.
Yeah, Global Block Stock. I so much wish that you guys we will know what your real names are.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do the Zoom. Rodney's going to be on the Zoom. Aren't you, Rodney? It's a free consultation on Zoom. Come on, it'll be great.
Yes, so I know the joke. It's good. It's about floors and the women who can't choose, and the guys stop on the second floor, if you mean this. Rama, you was asking about our email. You're going to put the email in description, or also you can visit our website, heartrocket.com, and there's going to be a link where you can book a Skype call with us. So we will be happy to talk to you next week. Plan B.
Plan B.
Sean, I don't know how to read this name. Sean, S-H-A.
Sean. Yep.
Sean has his own plane. You're welcome as soon as the
What kind of plane? Is it one of those ones that land on, like, the river? Because if it lands on like the aqua plane, no, not a helicopter, like an aqua one that lands on the river. If it lands on the river, man, we don't even have to worry about the airports.
Yeah.
Organize like a.
Okay. We will meet you. We will meet. I will have special bread, and I will wait you. Bread and salt. We'll meet you therefore.
Sounds tempting.
No, очень хорошо.
Okay, so Plan B. Okay, so this is the last one. So the Plan B. Now, there's a real reason for this. It's not just so you've got something else to do. The problem, what happens sometimes is guys come over here and they have one plan, and it's to meet one lady or say two ladies, and it's not really gelling. There's something that's not quite right, but you don't have another option. And if you don't have another option, you end up making the wrong decisions because you've invested time, money, of course, and everything else that goes along with it. A lot of planning, 2 months of planning, you've done this, and you're thinking, I'm over here now, I need to have something. So you spend your time, you spend too much time trying to invest into the wrong, trying to start the wrong relationship, because it's going to end at some point anyway. You can try and hold on to it as much as possible. But if you have this Plan B, so if you have one agency where there's two ladies that you really like, you've communicated and everything is going well, you meet them and it's just not there. Sometimes it's not. You just don't gel in person. Instead of trying to force it with one of these two ladies, in the back of your mind there's another agency that you spoke to another lady. There was no guarantee. You didn't guarantee this agency that you were going to go there. It was just an option. At least you know that you have this other option, and you can cut it off with this, what's going on over here, and move to something else. If you don't have anything else, what happens is you jump online and you end up messaging the very popular websites, and you end up going out with pro daters and scammers, because these agencies, they'll call the manager in that city and they'll get you a date. They have the go-to girl. And maybe we'll make a video about the go-to girl. You know about the go-to girl, T-Bone, or so it's like the girl that they can get any guy can get a date with her if the guy's legit, but no girl. Yeah, it's like, I know Luba knows. It's a funny story. We'll tell it one day. She's like I don't know, in these like mafia movies, there's like a cleanup man. Like when they kill someone, they're like, they need to clean up, called the cleanup man. The cleanup people come and they take care of the blood and everything like that, like on Pulp Fiction, I think it is. It's pretty much the same thing, but it's a professional data. So we may talk about it another day. But anyway, so that's the idea with the Plan B. Luba, what do you think?
Yes, and guys, like we got blamed for this idea, but I stuck to my idea that when you go home, like if nothing spectacular happened to you and you didn't have like just like such a chemistry that like it just wow, boom, and etc., you shouldn't go home with one option. So plan B should be when you're in Ukraine, and plan B should be when you go home. Because I'm not talking about like long term. I don't think that you have to communicate with too many ladies at the same time. But when you go home, it's a lot of guys say, I can't, like I'm I'm an honest man, and I want to be seen as honest. I don't want her to, or I will tell her, like, this is the worst. Like when the guy said, I'm going to tell her that I talked to another lady, it was like, oh my God, no. So don't do it. But when you go home, you will see that, trust me, like 99% that one lady will be still involving, will talk to you, will be so active, and another with the time will be like, and like it will be almost gone. And it's not because she's not interested or she's a scammer. It's just because some people, like, they can't keep this communication. They don't have too much things to talk about. They don't have like what to share. They're not positive, because I have a story when the guy was talking to two ladies in two different cities, and he actually like one a little bit more, but then when he went home, like one was super positive, active, talking with him. He was sending her videos and like sending her, and she was like, wow, thank you. She was like, they was exchanging that, even like I'm telling you, without really good English. It was with a huge language barrier. And another one, she called me, she said, Luba, I don't understand, like, why he sent me all these pictures, and he never asked me like, how am I? And he's never asking me to send pictures. And I know that you guys, like, she was not really aware of Western mentality, that guys not really asking, like, if you want, you send. If you don't want, you don't send. That's easy as that. And she was just she was not into that, and their communication went like slowly go down. And so it was easy choice for him. But if he would choose this one because he liked her a little bit more, in a week at home, he would be without anything. So, and you don't want to end up like that, because you went all the way here, and then you want to keep this communication to be able to come back to this person. Or maybe all of them will be disappear. Like maybe all of them not disappear, but maybe one will still talking, but then you will just don't like her at the end. But to have options and have plan B and even C, it is very, very important. And one more thing I will add is that I want you, like we talk about this all the time, but I always say that you need to come to Ukraine to date, and you also need to come to Ukraine to travel and enjoy time and have a special time for you. Either it's like you need to do some treatments, maybe you want to do some massage that you never can do, or you want to travel, or you want to experience like war museum, aviation museum, like you want to try Ukrainian, you want to taste like 10 kinds of Ukrainian vodka, something that will be memorable and enjoyable for you.
Yeah, there's always something to do here. Actually, I made a video yesterday, I'll upload it this week, about getting my tooth fixed.
So guys, please comment on that one. He's so excited. He can't, like, he's.
Hey, look, it's a good. It was $8,000 to $10,000 at home, and then it was like $2,000 in Ukraine. And now, how much is it? How much did we pay the other day, Luba?
$47.
$47.
Who found it?
That's all we'll say. Okay, it's clickbait.
Who found it?
No, don't worry, Luba. In the video, I've given you full credit, like full credit.
No, it was just random. No, I'm super happy. But I mean, I never seen, like, Striker say, oh, I'm not very emotional. I never seen him being so excited. I want to fix all his teeth. Even like when they straight, I want to put one more. Like, because it was
like a third set of teeth. I could have 3 sets of teeth. One in the top, one in the bottom, one behind the top one. Anyway.
But it was so good, guys. If you need something like that, also, like, we will be, like, we hope that I know that he already did this video, but and the results it's already seen. It will take another month for him to get like full result, and if it works, like, guys, it's going to be something absolutely amazing. And if you have any problems and you was always like uncomfortable with like one of the tooth that is not like really looking at the right direction, you're welcome. And
put it this way. If you don't need to get your teeth straightened, you will wish you had crooked teeth, just so that you can just enjoy the emotion that this has been for me the last week. Anyway, video for another day. So that's pretty much it. But I just want to say something here, okay? When I started out doing this, which was like 2017, I think it was, and it's been a hell of a journey. And like, I went over there. I don't regret anything, even though like the first company I went to was a waste of time. The second one was like full of scammers, but I did end up forming a relationship after that. One thing that I'll tell you now, if you want to sort of skip disappointment and the very and the likelihood of giving up out of frustration or despair or sadness or something like that is understand that if you right from the very start you look at this as a way to improve who you are, to become like a better version of yourself. If you look at it that way from the start, this is probably the single best thing that you could ever do in your life. You go from a man who maybe never dated a lot back home, or maybe was in a relationship like married for 10, 15, 20 years. If you look at it as a way to improve yourself in many different aspects, understanding women, relationships, traveling, all of these things, it can be the single greatest experience that you can do, and it's all crammed into like a year or 2 years. I only found this out like it was after my second relationship that I called off, but that was because I wanted to understand relationships. It led me down this whole other path of self-improvement and understanding so many other things in life that all of those things were made to happen. For me, they were, and no doubt your path will be similar as well. But if you understand it from the start and say to yourself, look, there are some things about myself that that I can improve on. There are some things that I know I can do better in, and no matter what it is, whether it's something to do with social interactions, whether it's something to do with business or seeing the world, experiences, look at it from the start and incorporate it into this. And then when you start this, set these goals. Okay, I want to become more confident talking to women. I want to understand what makes a good relationship. I want to travel the world. I want to experience something you've always wanted to experience in Europe. Make that part of the experience. And if you do it right, and it's not that hard to do, if you do it right, you'll get to a point where it's a year later or 2 years later, and you'll look back and you'll think, like, how did I not incorporate this mentality in anything else I did in life? I just went through my Western way of life, where I could have been learning so much in the space of short few years. I just wanted to say that because that is been the greatest experience of my life, is doing this. Even though there's been ups and downs and there's been a lot of money spent, there's been times I've been frustrated, like it has been the best, like in that first year when I was learning all that stuff, like the best year. And I mean, who would have thought that I would end up like kind of living in Europe, I suppose. I don't even know where I live anymore. Where am I? Am I in Europe? Or?
Dear Rich Miller, we have bad news for you. We have a new sweetheart, but unfortunately his name is Maxim. He asked about Linda, but I said that we have a new sweetheart.
Who's Linda?
Dentist that fixed Rich Miller's teeth. Linda.
I thought it was
no.
What's her name?
Alona.
Yeah, but no.
Sabina. No.
Sabina. And if you guys do come over to I'm going to say it, okay? I'm going to prepare. If you guys do come over to a dentist or some sort of clinic, I don't know what it is with Ukrainian women that work at like the doctors or these clinics, but for some reason, part of the uniform, part of the requirements for these women to work there, obviously they have to look beautiful because they always look hot as anything. When you walk in, it's like, oh, hi, big blue eyes, blonde hair, and they're like a fully qualified surgeon or something. But there's one thing that they must have to, when they go to university, like maybe spend a year doing this, a year doing surgery, a year doing something to do with this thing, and then they must spend the last year understanding that they must wear white pants that are 50% transparent. I don't know why they do it.
Striker, guys, like really, we went there and like you should see Striker. He was like simply like.
But it's like that everywhere. It's like, why does she not realize her pants are 50% transparent? I can see her underwear.
And what?
Well, nothing. I like it. I like the way they combine it with Crocs.
No? Guys, it's Ukraine. Yes, I understand what you mean.
It's what, like, it must be hard being like a dentist, like a male dentist. You must be like, oh, I've done it again. Linda.
We have such a name, Linda, Sabina. We have such a names. Hello, Henry. Long time to see.
So that's pretty much it. If you were to like look at those things, write them down as like little quick notes.
So if you don't have any problems with it, like just pretend. So I will take you to a nice one. with 50% transparent pants.
Yeah, if you don't feel uncomfortable going to a strip club and you want to go to a dentist, it's kind of similar, sort of, a little bit
I
different.
don't know. Why are you so wild? Like, why are you so savage? It's okay. Yeah,
Because
like,
in New Zealand, we don't have a uniform that has 50% transparent pants.
but it's white. I just don't know, like, why don't. It's okay. It's okay.
I understand it's white.
Yeah, the monk is right.
I'm not talking about the color. I'm talking about the transparency.
I think it's both.
Well,
To a video. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, those are our thoughts. Okay. Now, and a lot of this comes from my experience, and obviously Luba's been doing this. She's dealt with many guys, some successful, some not successful. So we take it from the non-successes in life and use it to learn. So hopefully it helps some of you guys out there. I'm just going to roll through. If you guys got any questions or anything like that, then please.
Dear Rodney, my favorite Rodney, guys, don't get offended, but Rodney is my priority now until I see him, and then we'll see. I'm kidding. Anyway, Rodney was asking if you can live for $1,000 in a small city, in a small apartment. It depends on what kind of apartment you want. Like if you want something like super small, and of course you can live, but I would not say if it would be with a lady, you would feel comfortable with a lady living in a for this.
You mean just for the rent?
No, 1,000 for everything.
Well, we've done this video where we went to the market and we did a week's worth of groceries. It's going to cost more than what we did because there's other things you need to buy, like the soap and toothpaste and things like that. Could you live on that? You'd live in if you could get an apartment for say $350 a month, then you could, but it wouldn't be a very nice apartment.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be in a good area, so I don't know. Maybe, I mean, in general, probably you can, like if you really eat not much and you're not going out at all and you just like mostly sit in your place and go to the park.
And you don't like to be you don't like to use heating or running water if you don't care about running water.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we've been today all over the place, but we hope you enjoyed. Thank you for staying with us because it's always like we're always wondering and curious how many people will come, how many people will comment, but thank you for your loyalty to us, and we're trying to do our best to keep the good content, to keep you fresh.
WRX is, should I wait for a Skype call first before I start removing some teeth? Just start removing them now just to save time, and then have a Skype call afterwards, probably be best.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
WRX is saying, should I wait for a Skype call first before I start removing some teeth?
A Skype call with whom?
With you.
Can we talk today? And then tomorrow
he's busy today. He's removing teeth. And you've got to go and get some 50% transparent pants for the Skype call.
WRX, like if you would tell your name, we would appreciate that. But just like let's talk. And also removing of a tooth here in Ukraine, it costs about it depends on the situation, but about $100 to $150. And I know that in US it's much more expensive.
Okay. Righto. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for calling in. We always appreciate it. We moved it to Sunday because hopefully, it's easier for. Actually, it's easier for me, to be honest. But hopefully, it's easier for you guys as well. I'm joking, but yeah.
I was running from my field today to just coming and be ready. But no, yeah. But during the summer, it probably will be some working day. I know that you guys will work and probably will have to watch it on while it's recording, but recorded. But we'll see. Like we just waiting for the borders to open up. We hope you join, Hard Rocket, and we will know you better. We will see you closer. We will become one big friendly team, and maybe we'll all go together to Belarus.
We'll all go together to the dentist.
We will go to dentist, and then we go to Belarus, and then we go somewhere else, and we will just.
We'll have a few drinks. We'll have a good night out at the dentist.
With dentist.
Yeah, it's like going to a strip club, but it's a dentist.
Okay. John, very nice to meet you. WRX, it's John, and for research it's Sean. So, so it's good. It's good that we have some names. Harry, it depends. Like I was talking about the wisdom tooth, for example. Maybe you have any different situation. I'm just like it's very difficult. Like any pricing that according to the health, it's really very difficult to say. Some of the guys do send me their X-rays. So they want, like if they have some major problem, for example, and it's like $7,000 back home or something like that. So all you need is just to do a X-ray, and you need to send it to me, and then I will be able to show it to the doctor, and doctor will tell me how much it costs and how long it will take. Because, for example, I was talking to one doctor and he said, no, I don't want to, like he's a very good dentist, but said, I don't want to work with Westerners because I don't want to rush. I like everything to be very low, like long process. I like people to come to me, and he doesn't have transparent pens, so I don't want to work with him anyway.
If I go to the dentist and he is wearing transparent pants, I'm gone. Like he needs to wear 100%. He needs to wear 110 transparent pants.
Transparent?
No, 110 non-transparent. No, yeah, 100. You know what I mean.
Right.
They're 110 transparent. That means no, you know what I mean. They're
maybe better than without.
Well, I don't know. You figure it out. I'm just going to show you guys like the X-ray of my tooth that was going to cost $200 to remove. I talk about this in my video. So this was $200. Luba sent it to me, and it is gnarly, man. It is so. I don't know if I can show it to you or not because it's.
And check the video of like Terry's.
I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but here's the X-ray. Can you guys see my wisdom tooth there? Can you see that?
It's laying down.
Yeah. So normally, like a tooth should not be in the jaw, and those two lines are my nerves that go through my tooth. There, you see that? It should be like.
Striker, enough.
I don't know if you can see it. It's not. I can't see it on the
screen.
So that would cost $200 to remove that, but that was like surgery. So if it was like a fully sort of a surgical thing, but if it was like I don't know, just pulling out a tooth, it's probably like. I don't know.
So expect a new channel from Striker and his teeth.
You're gonna do well.
Guys, thank you so much for being with us. It's time to say goodbye for today. We will think about the topic for next week. We're not going to announce it yet. But if you have any questions, please book a Skype call on heartrocket.com or send us an email, and Striker going to put the email below in description to this video. And we see you very soon.
We'll see you next time. We'll probably do the Zoom next week. And from what I understand is that we can just post a link and you can click on the link and you can be part of the Zoom. I think that's how it works with StreamYard. So we'll figure it out anyway. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but send us an email that if you want to be on that. And it's probably going to be sometimes when it's morning for the guys. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I know there's guys in here like Kyle and Ian and a few other guys that like maybe just want to come and share their experiences. It doesn't have to be planning a trip. It could be just, hey, look, I went and did it and here's some experience. Don't make these mistakes or something, whatever. We'll see. Anyway, that's all for now. It's been a long video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye. Stay safe and healthy.